Apex Legends Season 26 Wildcard released today, and here are the biggest changes and updates you need to know before you play. For casual players, a new permanent game mode has been added to Apex called Wildcard. This mode features shortened matches and only 30 players in a lobby to ensure fast-paced games that should only last about 15 minutes. The Wildcard map is a modified version of Kings Canyon. It's been spruced up with grav cannons, zip rails, jump towers, and jump pads to close the gap and help keep you moving. There will be more maps added in the future, but for the launch of Wildcard, Kings Canyon will be the only map for now. You can respawn as long as you have one teammate left, and you actually have one self-revive kit. You can get a revive kit back if you eliminate an enemy and collect theirs. Now, you won't have to loot very much in Wildcard since all weapons come kitted with attachments, and all you have to do is gain the Evo points to level your weapons. There's also a smart loot system where any loot you come across, you can just run over it to automatically collect it. The same goes for the Evo orbs enemies drop, which gives you a boost to health regen, shields, Evo XP, and teammate respawn timer reductions. Wildcards brings in a mechanic that I'm actually really happy to see return from Titanfall, where you have a card system, yes, it's called Wildcards, that gives you special power-ups when in your inventory. You have to craft them at replicators, but you can have up to 3 per match with 1 slot unlocking every round you survive. An example of a wildcard includes a wall running card that lets you run on walls for a short distance. Again, wildcard is a permanent mode separate from pubs, and the best part, you can stack as many of one legend in your team as you want. Do you want to load in with 3 caustics, or maybe just a team made up of ash? Gross, but yeah, it's legal now. The base Battle Royale game mode is also getting some significant changes. Hop-up attachments are no longer loot you can find in matches, but are now built into your weapons. However, you cannot utilize the hop-up until you meet the damage requirements needed to unlock the attachment. It's honestly pretty easy and quick to unlock hop-ups, since most of the damage you need to inflict is only about 200 to 400 damage. The hop-ups included in Season 26 are the Accelerator, Gun Shield Generator, Rampart Graffiti Mod, Select Fire Receiver, and the Skull Piercer. There's also a new amp system, which are additional perks you can loot throughout the matches in ranked and unranked. Amps are perks that you can swap out at any time, but you can only hold 1 at a time. There are 5 amps you can choose from. Over Armor, where you get 25 extra shield capacity, Infinite Ammo, where it does basically what it says. You get infinite ammo at the cost of losing 2 inventory slots. Bottomless Batteries. If you hold 2 or more batteries, using one will not consume what you have, so essentially you get unlimited batteries. Power Booster, where your tactical cooldown is reduced by 25% and knocks restore a tac charge. Overflow Healer, using a cell or syringe will start healing over time until your health or shields are back to full. This season, the Akimbo P2020s are now care package weapons, while the Peacekeeper is back on ground loot. The gold weapon rotations are the EVA 8, Hemlock, RE45 Burst, Sentinel, and Wingman. You're probably wondering what the hell an RE45 Burst is. This is part of a new elite weapon system. The RE45 is the first weapon to be swapped out to one Ballistic had altered in his private collection, which takes it from being an auto weapon to an energy-based burst pistol. Elite weapons are meant to be strong and introduce new mechanics into its selected weapons. The RE45 Auto will not appear in-game anymore, and only the burst version will be available on floor loot, as well as energy arsenals. While this is super exciting, I'm sad to report that the Season 25 favorite LMG, the Devotion, is getting a nerf with a widened reverse hipfire spread, less improvement from attachments, and a mag size reduction from 52 to 48. If you fully kit out your Devotion with purple attachments, you'll still get the turbo status, so it's not that bad, but you will have to be more careful with close range fights. The EVA 8 was also nerfed with 1 point less damage per pellet and a reduced rate of fire, and the Peacekeeper no longer deals headshot damage and has a slower rechamber and choke time. The only weapon that seems to have gotten a buff is the Mozambique, with an increase in rate of fire in both akimbo and single fire modes, and a tightened blast pattern. Controller class legends are going to be really happy this season, since their passive, Zone Overcharge, and Ring Console scanning gives them way more than before. Zone Overcharge, where controller legends can regenerate shields when in zone, now continuously regen shields in zone unless they take damage. But even after that, their shields will regenerate after 6 seconds. After scanning ring consoles, controller legends can spawn a taller evac tower from that console. One of those controller legends getting a real buff this season is Caustic. Caustic's gas now deals 10 to 15 damage, where it was 4 to 10 before, and now the gas aim punches enemies who take damage. His Nox gas also slows enemies and drains them of any movement cooldowns. And his traps now have 225 health as opposed to 150, and Caustic's ultimate will last 5 seconds longer. I know, it's a lot, but on top of gas buffs, Caustic actually has a new unique leveling system with a new passive called Field Research that allows him to research points from dealing damage with his gas, opening specific death boxes, and scanning ring consoles. Research points will then give Caustic an additional upgrade so he can actually unlock all 4 of his upgrades in a match. Here are his new legend upgrades. Level 2 upgrades include extra traps where he gets 1 additional charge, increased max in the world by 2, or breathe it in, Caustic heals in his Nox gas. Level 3 include Gas Fighter, where his tack recharges 300% faster while on gas, or Particle Diffuser, which increases his ult radius by 50%. Bangalore has also finally been given a buff, and her tactical and ultimate serve way better purposes now. Bangalore's tactical will now break and travel through doors, and the cooldown for her smokes have been reduced by 5 seconds. Her new level upgrades also can give her smoke canisters electric damage that will deal 100 damage to enemy ults and destroy any enemy tacticals. Bangalore's ultimate Rolling Thunder now only takes 1 animation frame to throw her projectile, and the cooldown has been reduced by 60 seconds. Her level 3 upgrade allows her to choose a perk that electrifies her ult, which can increase its damage by 10 and can now destroy enemy deployables. Here's Bangalore's new ability tree. Level 2, Electric Smoke, which electrifies her tack, dealing 100 damage to enemy ults and destroy tacticals, or Cover Me. Her level 3 abilities include Payload, which electrifies her ult, dealing 10 more damage and destroys enemy deployables, or Medal of Honor, where she has faster revives and passives triggering running towards knocked enemies. Ranked now features drop zones, which takes away the jump master mechanic and now drops your lobby's teams into different POIs. Hot zones for loot are gone now, and all loot across all POIs are equal. Before you select your legend, you'll actually be able to see a preview of where your team will be dropping on the map. Don't worry, after you land, you'll get a warning if there's an enemy squad invading your specific drop zone. Map rotations for Season 26 include Broken Moon, E-District, and Stormpoint. Don't know about you, but I'm really glad we're finally getting a break from World's Edge. Another big change for Ranked is the elimination of heat shields in this game mode, so no more last-minute rotations in the ring. It's actually really interesting that they're bringing this in from competitive like ALGS, so it'll be pretty fun to get used to. Now, something I'm really excited about is earning your aura in Ranked. Yes, you can actually aura farm now. So this is the new cosmetic that will show off your Ranked tier after the season launches. If you have Ranked unlocked, you'll be able to get this cosmetic item just after logging in. I know the season just launched, but how are you liking it so far? Do you think this is a good start to how Apex should be doing season updates? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.